Thank you for joining me today for this presentation on finding psychological flexibility from an ACT perspective. I am Emily Woodruff. I am a licensed professional counselor, licensed in the state of Wisconsin. I'm with Blossoming Wellness, and I do offer virtual therapy for adults for anyone in Wisconsin. I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling from Antioch University. So, quick important things to note. This presentation is for educational purposes only. It is not a replacement for therapy, and though I am a therapist, I am not acting as your therapist in this setting. This environment is not confidential. So, what is acceptance and commitment therapy? Acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT, was developed in the 1980s by Stephen Hayes, a psychologist. ACT provides a framework for how to live a values-aligned and meaningful life with psychological flexibility, which we'll talk about. It allows for the reality that living with meaning and in alignment with your values can be uncomfortable at times, and that is okay. Trying to avoid discomfort, and by doing so, avoiding living a meaningful, values-driven life can lead to psychological stuckness. Again, which we'll talk about that. Alright, so first we will look at the 6 processes that encourage psychological stuckness. I'll go over them briefly here and we'll address them each in more detail later. They are distraction, unclear values, fruitless effort, forgetting who you are, fusion, and experiential avoidance. Conversely, these are the 6 processes that encourage psychological flexibility: contact with the present moment, clear values, committed action, self as context, diffusion, and acceptance. And so we come to distraction versus contact with the present moment. Distraction looks like anything used to take your mind off a current challenge. It can be a way to procrastinate, to avoid tasks, whereas contact with the present moment involves tending to the here and now. Action in the past is memory. Action in the future is a reverie. The only way to influence the course of your life is with action in the current moment. Of course, it's okay to plan your future in regard to the actions that you will take. Just make sure they don't remain future actions or you will remain stuck. So in regard to distraction, context matters. Like, we all need breaks during which we can distract ourselves. Distraction is not inherently bad. So please do take time for yourself. Read, watch your shows, play video games. Just be mindful of how much and notice, make sure you're still taking meaningful actions in your here and now life. A distraction, like I said, it's not inherently bad, but it becomes maladaptive when distraction activities start negatively impacting your ability to engage in living a meaningful life in the here and now. So, how do you connect mindfully to the here and now in a world that's so full of distractions? There are a multitude of resources out there on mindfulness. So this is just one acronym that I find helpful. So it's ACE. First, the A, acknowledge your current thoughts and emotions without judging them. You're just putting words to them, just naming them. And C, connect with your body. Notice the floor beneath your feet. Notice your breath coming in and out of your body. Notice the sensation of clothing against your skin, or the seat beneath you, holding you, supporting you. And then E, engage with what you are doing. Engage in the world around you. So now we come to unclear values versus clear values. Do you know what is most important to you? What matters more to you than anything else in this world? Can you name your core values? So if you're thinking to yourself, I don't know what my core values are, that's okay. There are values clarification activities that you can engage in. So here on the screen is a link to a free online values sort activity that can be helpful. You can contemplate or journal about what you want to be remembered for, and that can help clarify, or just journal about what is most important to you and just see what comes up. So this is something you can do on your own time, and it's something that could be beneficial to talk with your therapist about. Your therapist might have more ideas for values clarification activities. So what is a value? A value is a guiding principle. It is a way in which you want to move through the world. A goal is an external mark of achievement. So they're not the same thing. So for example, I value living with empathy, compassion, and striving to help others. I would live by these values whether or not I had become a therapist, and becoming the therapist, that was the goal. But they are values that fit with the goal of being a therapist, and I am fortunate and grateful that I did achieve the goal of being a therapist, but I would still live in alignment with these values whether or not I had become a therapist. So you can think of your values like the sunrise on the horizon. You can follow the road that leads in the direction of the sunrise. The sunrise is not an end destination. In order to stay on this metaphorical road leading in the direction of your values, or your values sunrise, you take actions that are in alignment with your values. So I value living with compassion. So every time I make the choice to show compassion to another person, I take another step on the road leading to my values sunrise. Now, if for some reason I decided to go and be mean to a person, that would be taking a step off the road that leads towards my values sunrise. It would be very much unaligned with my values, and you can see in the picture here, like their values, unaligned actions are way off, heading to who knows where. So another way to conceptualize this is through thinking about your choice points. Our lives are full of choice points where we come to a crossroads. We can choose to take an action aligned with our values or an action that is not aligned with our values. So we can choose a towards move or an away move. Just like actions can be value aligned or unaligned, so can goals. Again, a goal is an external achievement, whereas a value is a guiding principle. As you set goals for yourself, you can consider, is this goal in alignment with my values? Goals are, of course, important to have, so please set value-aligned goals for yourself. The thing about goals is that we don't have full control over whether or not we achieve them. For example, perhaps there is a person whose goal is to run in a specific marathon. They work hard preparing for the marathon, and then the day before the race, they trip and they break their ankle. If they measure their success in life by the external achievement of goals, in this example of the person who broke their ankle, may feel like a failure because they could not run in the marathon. So if success in life is measured by how aligned your actions are to your values, then success is within your control. Say the runner in our example values physical challenge. They can take actions that align with their value of physical challenge every day, whether or not they run in the marathon. So here we come to fruitless effort versus committed action. Fruitless effort is when a person repeats an action over and over in hopes of achieving a specific result, but never achieving the wished for result. Committed action involves taking small steps that lead you in the direction of your values, even when you are faced with barriers, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it would be easier to not take the actions that take you towards your values. So here's a good visual for fruitless effort. Hamsters running on their wheels but not getting anywhere. You can ask yourself, is my strategy for achieving what I want actually moving me in the right direction? Is what I'm doing working? Is what I'm doing workable? Taking committed actions can feel uncomfortable depending on the barriers that are in the way. Creating a SMART goal can help with committing to these small actions forward. SMART is an acronym. So S is for specific. Be specific about what you want to accomplish. M is for meaningful. Is what you want to accomplish leading towards meaning, leading towards something that you value. The A is for adaptive. Is the action going to improve your well-being and be good for you? R is for realistic. Is this action something that you can realistically accomplish? For example, it would not be realistic for me to say, tomorrow I'm going to go and run 5 miles. It would be realistic for me to say, tomorrow I will run for 5 minutes. Lastly, T is for time bound. When are you going to take this action and accomplish this goal? As an example of a SMART goal, I could say, I am going to call my mom because I value connection and being social is good for me. I will call her tomorrow at 5 o'clock. This goal is specific, meaningful, adaptive, realistic, and time-bound. Now we come to forgetting who you are versus self as context. Forgetting who you are could look like believing I am my thoughts, I am my emotions, or I am my problems. Self as context involves the mindset, I am not my thoughts, I am not my emotions, I am constant while my emotions and thoughts are fleeting. A way to conceptualize the idea of self as context is to think of yourself as being the climate. Your emotions and thoughts are the weather. The climate, yourself, is supposed to stay constant. The weather, your thoughts and your emotions, come and go within the context of the climate. Yourself is the context around which your thoughts and emotions exist. Here we come to fusion versus diffusion, or cognitive fusion versus cognitive diffusion. Cognitive fusion is when we get so hooked into our thoughts or emotions that we can't see any other potential truth. This could look like a person thinking or saying, I am worthless, or I am always wrong. Cognitive diffusion could look like a person thinking or saying, I am having the thought that I am worthless, or I am having the thought that I am always wrong. The phrasing puts a little bit of distance between the person's self and the thoughts. Here are a couple of metaphors conceptualizing cognitive fusion and cognitive diffusion. So when you're fused or hooked into your thoughts, it's like you're holding a book right up in front of your face, so close that the words on the page are all you can see. Cognitive diffusion is metaphorically, when you lower the book away from your face, you can still see the words, but they're not all you can see. Your perspective has broadened, and you are less hooked into those words as being concrete reality. Another way to conceptualize is with, as you can see, the glasses with mean statements written on them. If you're wearing these glasses, those mean words are always going to be blocking your vision. So take the glasses off and hold them. Now what can you see? The words on the glasses aren't gone, but your perspective has expanded. Just because you have the thought does not mean you have to believe or hook into the thought. Our minds like to tell us stories like, I'm worthless or I suck. It tends not to work very well to try to make the thoughts go away. So can you allow the thoughts to exist without giving them weight? Hold them lightly. If your mind wants to tell you mean stories about yourself, it will. But they are just stories. You can say to yourself, oh, there goes my mind telling me that I'm worthless story. That doesn't mean the story is true or helpful. So here we come to experiential avoidance versus acceptance. I have some examples here of experiential avoidance. So I dread going to the doctor, so I'm not going to go. Or going out in public makes me anxious, so I'm not going to. I'm going to stay inside and isolate. So experiential avoidance can get in the way of engaging in committed action and moving towards your values. Acceptance is not about making a challenging experience less challenging. It's about accepting the discomfort of the challenge and doing it anyway. So for my well-being, I need to go to the doctor, and so I will, even though I dread going. Even though going out in public makes me feel anxious, I'm going to go out anyway. It is okay to be uncomfortable sometimes. Sometimes taking committed actions in the direction of your values is uncomfortable. This brings us to the concepts of struggle mode versus acceptance of reality and needful versus needless suffering. Struggle mode and experiential avoidance are friends. Needless suffering could look like the person who gets anxious when they go out in public, deciding they just won't go out in public, and so they instead choose to isolate. Then they are lonely, and they don't get to live outside of their home. They're suffering in their attempt to avoid suffering. They are needlessly suffering, in other words. Needful suffering is, in this example, would be the person accepting that going outside makes them anxious and then going outside anyway. They may still, at least initially, experience the suffering of anxiety, but now they are taking actions to live their life and socially engage. So we will be uncomfortable sometimes, and that is okay. And so here we come back to the full act hexaflex. That's what it's called, the hexaflex, and the 6 factors that encourage psychological flexibility. I'm going to read to you the ACT question. You can find it in the ACT flip chart, which was created by Richard Sears. And hopefully reading the ACT question will help to tie everything together for you. So, number 1, self as context. Given a distinction between you and the things you are struggling with and trying to change. And then number 2, acceptance. Are you willing to experience those things fully and without defense? Number 3, diffusion. As they are, and not as they say they are. Number 4, committed action. And and do what takes you in the direction. Number 5, clear values of your chosen values. And number 6, contact with the present moment at this time in this situation. So given a distinction between you and the things you are struggling with and trying to change, are you willing to experience those things fully and without defense, as they are and not as they say they are, and do what takes you in the direction of your chosen values at this time in this situation? That is the ACT question. I hope this has been helpful for you. Here you can see my references. I just noticed that S is hanging out there in a weird spot. But anyway, these are the references if you would like to check them out. And if you find that you need more support or you have questions, please, you are welcome to reach out to me. You can see my phone number here, my email, and my website. Yeah, please feel welcome to reach out to me. Thank you, and I hope this was helpful.